Cinderella City Mall was a large shopping center located in Englewood, Colorado that opened in 1968 and closed in 1997. If you've clicked onto this video, then you know what today is. It's Monday, Mall Madness. Every Monday I'll be releasing a new video on a defunct or maybe not so defunct mall and its history. Make sure you stick around at the very end of the videos. I'd like to see if you, the viewer, are paying attention. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for my latest mall video, defunct store, occasional throwback Thursday, or soda history. Leave a suggestion about a future video or memories of this mall. Thanks. Denver's 10th shopping mall was originally envisioned by Denver mall maven Jerry Von Frelick as a new concept Victorian-style shopping center. In August of 1960, a building site south of the Denver city-county line and near the city of Englewood was selected. The wheeling and dealing that would be necessary in order to build a shopping center was put into motion. Von Frelick's proposal met with friction from various political entities and citizens groups, all steadfastly opposed to the project. 5 years of bitterly fought litigation followed, which was finally resolved in July of 1965. By this time, an alternate location for the prospective mall had been agreed upon, which was 8.5 miles south of Colorado's capital and 1.3 miles west of the aforementioned site. The newly selected 55-acre tract had been a landfill and was presently serving as Englewood City Park. Von Frelick had purchased the property in May of 1964. Ground was broken for the new Englewood Shopping Center in March of 1966. The fully enclosed mid-century modern complex was designed by its developer with additional work by James H. Johnson and other architects. It was to be built in an M-shaped configuration, with its four counterparts being the Gold Mall, Rose Mall, Shamrock Mall, and Sunflower Mall. During the design process, the Sunflower Mall became Cinderella. These converged on a two-level center atrium area, or the Blue Mall. A 35-foot-high fountain graced this 73,000-square-foot court, which was ringed by a 120,000-square-foot office mezzanine. A handcrafted Italian carousel was installed. The carousel was a double-decker that stood 28 feet high, was lit by more than 2,000 bulbs, and contained 28 hand-painted panels. When all seats were full, the carousel held approximately 70 people. A 3-minute ride cost $1. Cinder Alley was one of the two basement corridors in the mall, simulating a New York City street complete with outdoor-esque facades and street lamps. The ceiling tiles were painted black to simulate a night on the town effect. Inside the center court area, the names in large head and shoulder shadow profiles of those responsible for the building of Cinderella City were memorialized on the floor of the Blue Mall. Von Frelick's original name for the creation was Cinderella City, which Englewood city officials did not support. After months of debating the name, a combination of Von Frelick's original idea and the ideas from the community was officially New Englewood, the Cinderella City. The name was shortened to Cinderella City just months after its opening. The first phase of the two-level shopping center, now known as Cinderella City Englewood, featured 107 inline stores. The 1.3 million square foot facility was dedicated on March 2, 1968. The auspicious event, hailed as the Alice in Wonderland Come True, was attended by a crowd of over 3,000 people. A second grand opening gala, held on July 25, 1968, heralded the opening of an additional 35 stores, for a grand total of 142 stores. The mall also boasted a two-level, 7,000-car parking structure that surrounded the mall building. When fully realized, the $50 million Cinderella City was anchored by a two-level, 108,000 square foot Denver-based Jocelyn's, a three-level, 151,000 square foot Denver Dry Goods, a three-level, 151,000 square foot JCPenney, a two-level, 51,000 square foot Denver-based Newsteaders. Charter inline stores included Gano Downs Apparel, McDonald Fashions, Stewart's Ready to Wear for Ladies, Baskin-Robbins Ice Cream, Flag Brothers Shoes, GNC, Radio Shack, Randall's Formal Wear, Walden Books, and an F.W. Woolworth's 5 a dime. The General Cinema Corporation Cinderella City Cinema was located at the mall's west end. The venue opened in 1968, was twinned in early 1970s, and then closed in 1979. In 1971, the Sunflower Mall concourse was rebuilt as Cinder Alley, an old-timey city street motif collection of specialty shops and boutiques. A routine inspection in December of 1972 revealed structural problems with the mall's two-level parking garage and JCPenney anchor store. It was possible that the ground beneath the mall, previously a landfill, had shifted, causing cracks in the concrete supporting the parking deck and retail buildings above. Problem areas were braced with steel scaffolding and shoring sets, and the structural problems were not disclosed to the public. The mall closed for over 2 months for structural repairs. Over 15,000 people visited the mall daily. Management received hundreds of applications from potential tenants, although all spaces were filled. For the first few years, the mall's 14,000 parking spaces were filled to capacity, and some visitors had to park blocks away surrounding the mall. The mall's original cinema was joined by a nearby drive-in venue in 1973. The Cinderella Twin Drive-In Theater was located a quarter-mile west of Cinderella City in the city of Sheridan. Prime competitors of Cinderella City were South Glen Mall, which was built in 1974, and Southwest Plaza, which was built in 1982. The mall was acquired by Philadelphia's Kravco Corporation in 1978. Cinderella City enjoyed tremendous success until the early 1980s, when a downturn in the economy, coupled with growing competition, caused many of the stores to close. A $23 million renovation began in 1983 and was completed in 1986. During this project, the center court was altered. Its fountain was removed and columns given new surfaces. A food court was also installed in part of the lower level parking garage. The renovation plan changed almost everything except for the basic layout of the mall. The original concrete floors were replaced with parquet floors. Skylights and square holes were added in some concourses, allowing shoppers on the first floor to view the basement shoppers, as well as allowing more light into the basement areas. A large tree was also installed, which grew from the food court level through the center court above. In 1985, Newsteaders closed. The shuttered building and the twin cinema were torn down. These were replaced by a three-level, 127,000 square foot Broadway Southwest. The store dedicated on November 5th, 1985. But less than 2 years later, the Broadway closed. It was reopened and rebranded as a Denver-based May D&F in 1987. In April of 1987, Denver Dry Goods, the Denver, closed. It reopened as Montgomery Ward Specialty Store late in the year. Unfortunately, the renovation and new anchor stores did not rejuvenate the mall, which by the early 1990s was starting to decline. A third commercial competitor had also appeared on the scene. An enclosed mall at Cherry Creek Center was officially dedicated in August of 1990. In 1993, May D&F closed. It would reopen as Foley's. The worsening structural problems at Cinderella City did not help the situation. Its anchor stores began closing. In January of 1994, Foley's closed. In May of 1994, JCPenney closed. By 1995, the mall was virtually deserted by its shoppers and its tenants. In early 1995, Jocelyn's closed. In December of 1997, Ward's became the final tenant to close. The last store in the mall closed in 1997, and the mall was slated for demolition. On August 18, 1998, former Englewood Mayor Elmer Schwab, who had presided at the mall's grand opening 30 years before, was joined by a small group of onlookers as a wrecking ball began demolishing the shopping center. A portion of the parking structure and the Foley store was worked into a new mixed project. Known as the City Center Englewood, it was a joint venture between the City of Englewood, Denver-based Miller Development, Trammell Crow Residential, and Houston-based Weingarten Realty investors. City Center was officially dedicated in June of 2000. When fully completed, the Power Plaza encompassed 300,000 square feet of retail. Stores included Office Depot, Petco, and Ross Dress for Less. A one-level, 134,000 square foot Walmart opened for business on September 20th, 2000. There was also 300,000 square feet of offices, 450 apartment units, and a civic center and library complex in the old Foley's. In July of 2000, the shopping facility had become accessible via light rail transit. At this time, revenue service commenced on Denver's 8.7 route mile Southwest Corridor LRT extension. Congratulations, you made it this far into the video.
When I find you.
Pop quiz, hot shot.
So let's see how close you were paying attention to my video. So how many anchor stores closed in this mall? So if your answer is 8, give yourself a hand. You were paying attention. Thanks for watching. So what do you remember about this mall? Leave a comment or some more details that I may have missed, or maybe even a suggestion for a future mall video you would like to see. Don't forget to hit that like button and please subscribe to Eric C. Productions. Thanks for watching.